So, after Roman Reigns successfully defeats AJ Styles in a very draining title defense, Roman Reigns has hit more than 1,000 days as the Universal Champion. Roman Reigns holds a celebration, and but after some tense close calls with the Usos, and the Usos calling out Roman Reigns for ignoring them because they don't have the championships, and they finally listen to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Roman Reigns holds his celebration with Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman, but it's cut short when the Usos' music hits, and then while they come out, they're standing into a pose, but with missing a person in the middle. Then The Rock's music hits and the crowd goes wild. But it was a setup, and when The Rock doesn't come out, Roman Reigns turns around and gets hit with a rock bottom. Roman Reigns, The Rock goes after Solo Sikoa, and Solo Sikoa is about to hit a Samoan spike, but before he can, Rock counters and hits him with a rock bottom. Then, to Roman Reigns, he bounces off the ropes. People's elbow. This is a warning. And it seems that Roman Reigns, The Rock, I keep on getting them mixed up. It's just because, seems that The Rock and the Usos have formed an alliance. And I don't know what the alliance name would be, but a War Games match is set to happen. A War Games match happens with The Rock and the Usos versus Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and a mystery person. It kind of comes into a return for this person as well, but no one expects who it is. Weird John Cena's music hits. Now, it wouldn't really make much sense just because, the Roman and John Cena, they already had a rivalry at SummerSlam, I believe. Not really a rivalry, but yeah, they had quite a brutal match, and a nice match at SummerSlam 2021. But I still think that John Cena would come just to see the rivalry between The Rock and John Cena reignite again. War Games match is set, and it starts off with John Cena versus The Rock, and they are pulling out all kinds of moves. But it starts to get juicy when The Rock goes for a rock bottom. John Cena reverses, hits the rock bottom of his own, waits for him to. The Rock gets back up. And Cena has his comeback, back suplex, the 5-knuckle shuffle, and an attitude adjustment. He knows the match can't end yet though, so he locks in the STF and waits for the next person, and they want to see who has the advantage. It's Roman Reigns' team. Solo Sikoa comes up next to aid John Cena, and they do many different things. Solo hits The Rock with a Samoan spike, John Cena waits for him to get up, bounce off the ropes, springboard stunner. Now, John Cena goes for a people's elbow. The Rock counters, attitude adjustment by The Rock. Solo hits a spinning Uranagi against The Rock, and The Rock is down. Solo goes to the top rope. Uso splash. John Cena gets back up. He goes to the top rope. Uso splash again. John Cena goes for the people's elbow. No, he counters. Rock bottom. But while The Rock isn't looking, Samoan spike. Until Jimmy Uso comes up next. And it's Solo versus Jimmy. And The Rock versus John Cena. The Rock nails a big rock bottom, and while John Cena's down, he helps out Jimmy Uso against Solo Sikoa. And then The Rock and Jimmy Uso are slamming Solo until the Tribal Chief, head of the table, undisputed champion, and the 1,000 days Universal Champion comes out, Roman Reigns. Right as he gets in, he puts The Rock in a guillotine, a deadly guillotine. Jimmy Uso attempts to break it up, but as he's running, Solo catches him, Samoan spike. Then John Cena lifts him up, attitude adjustment. Now, John Cena goes to the top rope. Uso splash misses against Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso, big drop kick. He punishes him with a bunch of stomps in the corner. Goes to the top rope. Uso splash against John Cena. But as he gets out, he didn't see The Rock escape the guillotine but get hit with a Samoan spike. He barely sees Roman charge at him. Big spear! Jey Uso comes out, and it is a complete brawl. It's Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy Uso, and The Rock versus John Cena. It's brutal. Kendo sticks, chairs, even a stop sign are all being used. The match ends, however, when The Rock attempts to hit a rock bottom against John Cena through a table, but he counters, attitude adjustment, he goes for the pin. 1, 2, no! The Rock kicks out. And then there's another table, and what happens is The Rock gets slammed head first against the table. Roman Reigns, while the Usos were down, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and John Cena get The Rock up, and they do a shield-like powerbomb through the table. They go for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Shockingly, The Rock does not kick out. And The Rock and the Usos have lost. However, after the match, The Rock blames it on the Usos, and until eventually the Usos grab The Rock, double Samoan spike. They go to the top, double Uso splash. The Usos attempt to apologize to Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, but they get hit with a meaty clothesline. Then Jey gets put in a guillotine, and Jimmy gets hit with a Samoan spike. Solo Sikoa is starting to show that he would be good, very good, as a singles superstar. And soon enough, but Roman is still nervous for Solo to start going after championships, because Solo would be, in other matches and not being able to help in case the tribal chief gets down and needs help for Solo to break up the pin in some way, shape, or form. Now, it's Extreme Rules. I'm not doing it in order, I know. It's Extreme Rules, however, and The Rock and Roman Reigns have a match. It's a brutal match. Right away, Roman Reigns runs at The Rock, attempts for a spear, but no, The Rock counters into a knee. He gets Roman up. Rock bottom. He goes for the pin. 1, 2. No, he kicks out already. The Rock attempts the people's elbow, but Roman gets up and he hits the Rock bottom. He goes for the pin. 1, 2. No. The Rock kicks out barely. Already it looks like The Rock has used up all of his energy. Roman attempts a Rock bottom. He bounces off the ropes, but The Rock's up. He attempts a clothesline. No. Roman Reigns ducks under. Bounces off the ropes again. Spear. He goes for the pin. 1, 2. No. The Rock kicks out. While Roman is in the pit, here, don't know where I got that from. In the corner, ready for that's where I got pit from. Ready for a spear. He does his signature taunt. And he looks for the spear, but no, The Rock counters into a rock bottom. Hits. Now The Rock looks for a people's elbow. The people's elbow. He goes for the pin. 1, 2. No. Roman kicks out. Then Solo Sikoa's music hits. But just as he enters the ring, the Usos music hits. Apparently, it was all staged. The Usos betraying The Rock. It was all staged. They wanted Roman to have a lower guard. They attack Solo until Jimmy lands a big Samoan spike against Solo. They go into the ring. Jay gets Roman up. Rock bottom. Jimmy goes for the people's elbow, but no, Roman counters. He gets up a time spear. Then Roman puts Jay in a guillotine, and he taps out multiple times, but Roman's not letting go. Until finally he decides to let go. But just as he turns around, he gets hit with a rock bottom. The Rock goes for the pin with his last bits of energy. 1, 2. No! Roman kicks out. The Rock is completely out of it. Roman Reigns gets back up though in time, and he locks in the deadly guillotine. And so he, for some reason, decides to let The Rock go. He goes to the top rope. Roman with an Uso splash. He goes for the pin. 1, 2. No, The Rock kicks out. Roman decides to use the time that The Rock is down to go outside and punish the Usos even more. He holds Solo up, and he gets The Rock up, and he lets Solo watch. Samoan spike to The Rock. He goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns has retained his undisputed championship. Now it's at Hell in a Cell, and can you guess who's having a match? After Jay gets brutally attacked and was put in the guillotine for way too long, he's forced to go out of action for a while. So it's a tag team match, a tornado tag match in Hell in a Cell with Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus The Rock and Jimmy Uso. It is an insane match. Already Roman goes for a spear and he hits it on Jimmy. And while that's happening, Roman was about to go for the pin, but he waits for Solo to hit a deadly Samoan spike on The Rock first. Roman goes for the pin first. 1, 2, no. Jimmy kicks out. And Solo goes for the pin against The Rock. 1, 2. Oh, he kicks out. It's insane. Jimmy Uso, kip up. Jimmy Uso with a rock bottom to Roman Reigns. And then just as Solo grabbed Jimmy Uso by the throat looking for the Samoan spike. No, Jimmy counters rock bottom. The Rock goes into a position for a people's elbow. So does Jimmy Uso against Solo. Jimmy Uso bounces off the ropes. The people's elbow. The Rock bounces off the ropes. Spear by Roman Reigns. Jimmy and Roman go for the pin at the same time. 1, 2, no! Solo, Sikoa, and The Rock both kick out at the exact same time. Roman wants to swap for a while, and Solo agrees. Solo lands a Samoan spike against The Rock, and then he lands a people's elbow. He goes for it again, but no, The Rock counters into another rock bottom. He goes for the pin. 1, 2, no! Solo kicks out. The Rock goes to the top rope. Uso splash against Solo Sikoa. He goes for the pin again. 1, this has to be it. 2, it's gotta be it. But The Rock doesn't see Roman Reigns charging in. He spears The Rock to break up the pin just before 3. While everyone's down, Jimmy takes his opportunity. Uso splash against Solo Sikoa. 1, 2, 3. Jimmy and The Rock win the Hell in a Cell match. The Tornado Tag Hell in a Cell match against Solo Sikoa and the Tribal Chief, head of the table, undisputed champion, Roman Reigns. It's the first time Roman has lost, not due to him failing though, Solo. We hear after the match, Roman is like talking Solo through, and he tells him he needs more training. Then the next SmackDown, we see Roman teaching Solo on many things until he teaches him how to fully punish someone in a guillotine, which definitely becomes useful later on. And now it's 2024. This story has been a long time, I don't care. So, it's 2024 now, and the Royal Rumble is coming up. And after a grueling match, AJ Styles, Big E, and Randy Orton are the last people in. Big E came out at number 26, AJ Styles at number 27, and Randy Orton at number 28. And at number 29, though, after Big E is helped together to eliminate by AJ Styles and Randy Orton, at number 29 is the Tribal Chief, head of the table, Roman Reigns. He starts off the match. He comes in, spear to AJ Styles, spear to Randy Orton. He throws AJ Styles out, and he tries to get Randy out, but Randy is out of energy, and he's just punishing Randy with stomps in the corner until number 30 comes out. Roman turns around to look. No music plays until The Rock starts attacking Roman from behind. He's about to close eye Roman out, but no, he ducks underneath The Rock is on the edge. Roman bounces off the ropes. Spear, no! The Rock hits a big knee to Roman's face. Right after that, Randy turns him around. RKO out of nowhere. Randy goes into the corner. Big punt kick. And he hits his vicious stomps. And Randy Orton tries to put Roman in the guillotine, but no. Randy Orton is thrown out. It's now just The Rock versus Roman Reigns. They can't out wrestle each other, so they just fight. Roman charges at The Rock looking for a spear, but no, The Rock counters. Big knee. He doesn't lift him up though. He grabs him. Looks like he's going for his sister Abigail, but no, he bangs Roman's back against his knee, gets him up, rock bottom. He tries getting Roman out, but it doesn't work against the Tribal Chief. After he tries getting him out, Roman hits him with a big spear, a midi spear on the ropes. Then Solo Sikoa, who came in, I don't know, number 11, is back again, and while The Rock is on the ropes, the middle of the rope, Roman attempts for a 619 because at WrestleMania Night 1, he's facing Rey Mysterio in the main event. I won't go too in depth of that match. So, for the Undisputed Championship, by the way. While he's on the middle rope, though, Solo lands a Samoan spike. The Rock is even more dazed. Roman hits a 619! And right after that, Roman goes to the top rope and hits a shockingly amazing frog splash. And out of everyone's surprise, Roman yeets The Rock out. Roman Reigns is the winner of the Rumble. A lot of fans are very unhappy, but it doesn't stop the Tribal Chief from his reign. And but because Roman has 2 championships, he doesn't get anything. Shockingly, and Triple H says this to Roman at the end of the Rumble, and Roman puts Triple H in a guillotine. Shawn Michaels comes in to help his best friend, but no, he gets hit with a spear. Everyone in the locker room, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles, the Usos, The Rock, everybody's trying to stop the Beast, Roman Reigns, including the Beast himself. Roman and Brock Lesnar have a very fierce stare down until John Cena comes in, bounces off the ropes, springboard stunner to Brock Lesnar. Roman gets Brock up, puts him in a guillotine, and after a minute, Brock is faded. He puts Brock in the corner because he simply can't stand. He's incapacitated. Roman goes into the direct other corner. A big spear. He goes to the top rope. And Roman with another big frog splash. But he isn't done yet though. He goes to the top rope again. Uso splash. Roman has proved his point. And at WrestleMania Night 1, and because he's done all those things, he will be fighting in WrestleMania Night 2 as well against a mystery opponent in a no disqualification match. After a brutal match with Rey Mysterio and Solo getting involved while the ref wasn't looking, hitting 3, 4, 5 Samoan spikes in a row. And after Dominic Mysterio and Judgment Day get involved as well, Roman retains his undisputed championship. The next night, WrestleMania Night 2. Roman is wondering, everybody is wondering, could it be AJ Styles? Could it be Randy Orton? Could it be the Beast Brock Lesnar? We find out as The Rock's music hits, the crowd goes wild. The Rock comes in, and before the match could even be started, he throws some mighty blows to Roman Reigns, and he hits the Rock bottom. It's no DQ. The Rock does whatever the hell The Rock wants to. The Rock attempts a people's elbow, gets hit with a spear. Roman locks in the guillotine, and when The Rock is about to tap out, he gets saved by the Usos. The Usos music hits, and while Roman is looking, he's not facing The Rock. The Rock hits a low blow. He goes for the roll-up pin. 1, 2, no. Roman says, "You didn't think it would be that easy, did you, cousin?" Alright, that sounded way better in my head than... Alright, cousin. Roman gets up though and hits The Rock with a rock bottom. Solo Sikoa's music hits, and while the Usos are still there, so does John Cena's. Everyone's turning heel in this match. John Cena starts attacking Jimmy Uso, while Solo is attacking Jey Uso. Jey lands a mighty super kick against Solo. It's a 2v1 against John Cena. John Cena hits an AA on Jimmy, and then hits an AA on Jey. Gets Solo up, and they both run to the ring. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens music hits. It seems the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have all made up. And until they get in the ring, and then Kevin Owens with a big stunner to Roman Reigns. Sami Zayn looks for the Helluva kick, but no. John Cena gets in the way, catches the kick, gets him, and nails a big stunner to Sami Zayn. The Usos are back, and they're running into the ring now. Judgment Day come in, and after John Cena hits the stunner way too many times for Kevin Owens, or Stone Cold Steve Austin's liking, Stone Cold Steve Austin comes in at WrestleMania 40. Steve Austin runs in, looks for no one else, and just hits a stunner on John Cena. And against his old rival The Rock, he hits another stunner. And against his ex-WrestleMania opponent, Kevin Owens, he hits another stunner. He does a base smash to everyone in the ring while he's walking out. While he's on the ramp, he smashes 2 big hands to everybody in the ring and walks out. The Rock is completely out of it. The Rock gets hit with a spear, and another one, and then a Samoan spike by Roman Reigns. The Rock is out of it. Riptide by Rhea Ripley. He goes into the middle rope position. 619 by Dominic Mysterio. Big frog splash. And south of heaven, coup de grace. And then Roman Reigns finishes it off with a rock bottom. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, no! Somehow, The Rock kicked out. John Cena hits a sunset flip powerbomb on The Rock, weakening him. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, though, actually betray the Usos, shockingly. Big stunner by Kevin Owens to Jimmy, and a haluva kick to Jay by Sami Zayn. The Usos, however, get back in the ring a few minutes later while the beating is still happening by everybody. After John Cena hits a few more springboard stunners, Stone Cold has had enough. He rides in, hits multiple consecutive stunners to John Cena, setting up a WrestleMania Backlash match between them. He hits another stunner to Kevin Owens, another stunner to The Rock, and then shockingly hits a stunner on Roman Reigns. Roman rolls out. There are 3 announce tables, and there are more than 2 regular tables out. The Rock gets Roman up against the table, rock bottom through the table. On the second table, though, Roman counters 2 big knees on the announce table. He waits for him to get up. Big spear! But while he jumps through, it goes through the other announce table. There's just 1 left. There's 3 tables left, including the normal ones and the announce table. So, Roman and The Rock and everyone uses it wisely. Until the LWO come in. The LWO had enough of Judgment Day abusing their power of, Rhea Ripley not being able to get hit. And Rey Mysterio also shockingly comes in, and he tells Dominic, he asks him whether he taught him a lesson or not, and does he want more? Dominic hits a clothesline from hell itself. Then Dominic top rope, big frog splash, misses. Rey Mysterio, X Factor, goes onto the ring apron and hits a springboard frog splash. Goes into the middle rope because the turnbuckle pad has come off and he can't balance properly. He looks for a middle rope frog splash, but no, Dominic reverses and bangs his face into the turnbuckle with no pad on. Then, when Rey finally kicks Dominic down and he's about to hit a frog splash, Rhea Ripley pulls Rey Mysterio's legs down, and the plastic hits Rey Mysterio's special parts. Judgment Day get out of there. The LWO go chasing after them backstage. It is now the Usos, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, The Rock, John Cena, Solo Sikoa, and Roman Reigns. After Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens' shocking heel turn against the Usos, who are now babyfaces, they fight on the ramp until they slowly go back until they go backstage. It's a 2v1. John Cena versus The Rock. But it's insane what happens next. While they both encircle The Rock on opposite sides, they slowly get close together. But no! John Cena betrays Roman Reigns and he hits a rock bottom. However, The Rock still didn't believe that John Cena punished The Rock with many other attacks just to hit Roman Reigns with one rock bottom. The Rock hit an attitude adjustment, and he rolls through, and another one. He throws John Cena out, goes for the pin against Roman. 1, 2, no! Roman kicked out. Roman with a kip up, spear. He goes into the corner, ready for a Superman punch, and a Superman punch. Roman stretches one ladder from the ring apron to the table. Then he puts another ladder onto the top, between the top rope and the just the ring. If you saw what I mean, it's hard to explain, but like it's right above it. He places The Rock sitting right up there until The Rock realizes what Roman Reigns is about to do, but it's too late. Roman Reigns runs up the ladder, spear, and he goes through the ladder. He gets him up there again, but this time he goes from the other side of the ring, and he does a spear through the announce table. He throws The Rock in and hits a huge spine buster through the Rock spine buster through the other ladder, breaking it. Roman Reigns, with his last bit of energy, hits a low blow, then a Samoan spike, then an Uso splash. He gets him up. He tosses The Rock up, mid-air spear. He does it again, but with a mid-air Superman punch. He Irish whips The Rock into the ropes, but The Rock counters. He misses the clothesline spear by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns goes into the corner for the last time, locked and loaded for the Superman punch. Superman punch to The Rock. Roman, with his last bits of energy, covers The Rock's shoulders down by falling on him. 1, 2, 3. Roman has done it. What we don't see, though, is at WrestleMania Backlash, it's a triple threat match between Roman Reigns, John Cena, and Stone Cold Steve Austin for the Undisputed Championship. And Roman walks out the winner after Steve Austin was about to win the match. Roman broke it up and hit Austin with as many low tactics as he could, and low blows, that's what I was about to say. Until he eventually hit him with a spear, went for the pin. 1, 2, 3. After an hour-long match, it took that long for someone to get pinned. So, because The Rock didn't get his rematch, didn't get his rematch at WrestleMania Backlash, he faced Roman Reigns at a random episode of SmackDown, a rematch. But no, Roman walked out the winner again, and on that, Roman Reigns versus The Rock 4, Roman Reigns won again. But Roman Reigns versus The Rock 4 would have been their second last match ever. That's what The Rock thought. Because The Rock has won Money in the Bank, but he requested not anyone in the locker room be able to see it, except the people in the participating in the match. And even then, The Rock Even The Rock was wearing like a full black, basically, so no one could see. And it's what the hell? I just said, oh my. I need to turn this music off, bro. I'm getting too distracted by it. It's too good. The Rock won Money in the Bank, but barely anyone knew it was him except the fans. So after Roman Reigns had another close call against John Cena at Extreme Rules, in a last man standing match, and soon after that, on a regular episode of SmackDown, he retained against Brock Lesnar. The fans wanted something new. They got that in a match between a fatal four-way match between Stone Cold Steve Austin, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Roman Reigns in a dream match. Like that would be amazing if that ever happened. Obviously, definitely wouldn't. But like, you know, I'm just saying. The Rock has won Money in the Bank though. So after that grueling match where Roman Reigns barely walked out retaining his undisputed championship, The Rock's music hits and it reveals that he was the Money in the Bank briefcase winner. So some of the fans who didn't know somehow now knew. The crowd absolutely loses their minds. The Rock runs in, but gets hit with a spear. Roman goes for the pin. 1, 2, no! He barely kicked out. It was one of the most brutal spears Roman Reigns has ever delivered. He meant it with force. He meant it with hostility. Roman went in the corner. Superman punch, locked and loaded. But he misses. The Rock dodged. The Rock with a big stunner. And then he hits an F5. And then he hits an attitude adjustment. The Rock hits a rock bottom. People's elbow. Goes into the corner. Spear. Goes into the corner again. Superman punch misses. Big rock bottom. Roman doesn't even have energy left to go for the pin. The Rock realizes this. And he gets a chair down onto the floor. Right where Roman Reigns faces. And he hits an elbow drop right on the back. A people's elbow on like the back of Roman Reigns' head. So it goes crashing down on the chair. Actually, no. I won't say it's a chair. Money in the Bank briefcase. He goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. After Roman Reigns hit 1,000 days as undisputed champion, so as WWE champion and WWE Universal champion, and 2,000 days as Universal champion, Roman, he did what he wanted to do. So when The Rock won it, he eventually had to give it back, which started a tournament for both of the different championships. With when Gunther dropped his Intercontinental Championship to Sheamus, Drew McIntyre won the WWE Championship, and Stone Cold Steve Austin won the Universal Championship. He had a match with John Cena. John Cena won. Due to many low tactics, including Roman Reigns getting involved. but at the end, Roman Reigns and Stone Cold Steve Austin did shake hands and have a base match with no Stone Cold Stunner involved. Until it was John Cena against Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins won. Roman Reigns went out to congratulate him and actually restarted the Shield with anyone who wanted to join. One last person. And shockingly, it was John Cena. Eventually, though, John Cena got kicked out when he still had a grudge against Seth Rollins for him winning the Universal Championship off with him. This is a very long video. I know this isn't like past the point, but like I still want to add on to it. You know, like the aftermath of these events, bro. Like the aftermath is always like insane. I feel like these stories, like, I don't know, I've just left the bloodline in bloody ruins, and, like, I always wanted to know the aftermath, so I will talk for 14 more minutes until this video ends, like, because for some reason PlayStation only lets me, record for 1 hour, which is, really upsetting, but, anyway, yeah, so, John Cena gets kicked out, and Drew McIntyre joins, and Drew is the WWE champion, World Heavyweight champion. Seth is still Universal champion, and Roman Reigns is Intercontinental and United States champion at the same time, and he hits 365 days a year as both of them before dropping. Actually, no, I don't want to go to that point. I don't know. He would probably drop them to like Jey Uso or something, but like that's probably after he like 2 years as both championship. Like he would probably be like US champ and IC champ, but he would probably hold both of them at the same time and have both of them at exactly a year. Because I would say he probably won them in the same day, and then like they were both intertwined in 2 years until someone cashes in the Money in the Bank. Most likely, who I'd like to see do that though, probably. I don't want to be ridiculous here, but after the Shield 2.0 broke up, Seth Rollins maybe. Actually, no, not Seth. Probably say Drew after he dropped the WWE Championship, and soon after that though, he would drop the IC Championship, so he would just be left with the US Championship. I think that'll be good. I went too far there. I went to like 2 years later. But yeah, currently, Seth Rollins would have one more match as Universal Championship, with as Universal Champion, not championship, where he lost. He lost the next match. He had a match with Finn Balor in a steel cage match. Seth Rollins retained. After the Shield 2.0 got involved, and then it was at WrestleMania 41 in the main event of Night 2, so the final match. If you don't include WrestleMania Backlash, in the main event of WrestleMania Night 2, Demon Finn Balor Hell in a Cell match against Seth Rollins. And yeah, I feel like that would definitely be a 10 out of 10 match, 5 stars, whatever you want to say. Yeah, I'll probably say that would be match of the year. And when's WrestleMania? Like March or something, like April. Yeah, so I think it's like April, so or May or something like that. One of the early months. So Yeah. Seth would lose after the demon Finn Balor hits a mighty curb stomp, sending Seth through the cell cage, through a table. Well, not through a table. Like, yeah, and then like the top of the cell roof, like he broke a panel, and then he went into the ring, went for the pin. 1, 2, no. Seth kicked out. Demon Balor sets up a table. Should I do table or ladder? I'll say ladder. He sets up a ladder. He goes to the top where the middle panel is broken. Does a big coup de grace through the ladder, breaks it. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I'm done. You hear me? I'm done!